3 runs or fewer. Mets need to win to stay tied with the Braves. 2-2 to Vientos.
And he smacks it to deep left. That's out of here. And the Mets win the ball game. Mark Vientos with his second 2-run homer of the night. And the Mets win their 8th in a row. Second walk-off home run this season for Mark Vientos. The first one came in a cameo. This one comes as a leading man. And the Mets win it 6-4.
Bookended 2-run home runs for Vientos. Lindor, the MVP. Vientos, the second most important offensive player on this team. Wow, what an at-bat.
Well, you said they shouldn't walk them.
I told you. I mean, I'm only trying to help.
24 home runs for Vientos. He hits one in the first inning. He hits one in the 10th inning. And the Mets, for the first time since 2019, have won 8 straight games. And moments after the Braves put up a victory, the Mets do as well.
Everything was inside. This ball is off the plate inside. And to be able to get to that ball and hit it that far, every single day we see the talent of this young man, and look at the celebration.
More great work from the Mets bullpen. From Garrett, Diaz, and Buto, 3 1/3 innings, no hits allowed. And then Vientos provides the fireworks at the end to give the Mets their 8th straight win.
Probably be similar to how he would attack Alonso. India keeping the runner close. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air. Deep left field. Vientos hits it way out. Game over. 2-run home run. 6-4 walk-off win for the Mets. His second home run of the night. He bookends it for the New York Mets. Mark Vientos, 24th home run. Circling the bases. Flips the helmet. Enters the jumping Mets at home plate. The water shower. Luis Severino standing outside home plate, holding up the OMG. Vientos' jersey has been ripped off. The Mets take the opener against the Reds. 6-4-10.
Mark Vientos, after he made contact, knew it was gone, started a bit towards first base, looked into the dugout, and flung his bat so high in the air that its ETA is about 10:30 Eastern time. So if you're in the vicinity of the Mets dugout in about a half hour, start to duck.
What a year for Mark Vientos. The shirt has come off. The high fives and hugs ensue. The Mets take the opener against Cincinnati. They have won 8 straight ball games for the first time since 2019. I tell you, 2024 is turning into an exciting year for the New York Mets.
Well, they needed to win this one only because Atlanta, just moments before Vientos hit his home run, closed out their win, beating the Toronto Blue Jays 3-1. So Mets and Braves are still tied for that 3rd wildcard spot.
So Mets win it tonight. They stand pat with Atlanta. We'll be back after this. A 6-4 win over Cincinnati for the Mets on Odyssey Mets Radio, driven by your Tri-Honda dealers.
Got to learn it at some point, right, before you employ it.
Crank to left. His second walk-off homer of the year. Both have come in extras. The Reds lose in 10. The initial deficit came out of Vientos' 2-run homer. The loss comes out of Vientos' 2-run homer. The Reds' winning streak halts at 4. The Mets have won 8 in a row for the first time since August of 2019. Our T-Mobile coverage cam
the difference maker.
Well, he hit one earlier in the ball game, almost the same spot in the strike zone. A little bit on the inner part of the plate, and what a beautiful, sweet swing for Vientos, even more so if you're a Mets fan. Reds fans don't like it. That's the one that determined the win and the loss for the Reds. You got to figure that the Mets came into this 3-game series thinking that this is something that they've got to take 2 out of 3 from the Reds, figuring that the Reds are down right now, even though they come in having won 4 in a row. A really well-played game by the Reds, I got to say. Well pitched, well played. It's a shame you have to lose one here.
Reds fall post-game. We'll break it down. The Reds meet the Mets and fall to them 6-4.
3 hits on the game, 2 of them of the really important kind. 2-2 again. It's hammered to left field, and the Mets are going to walk it off. Mark Vientos with a 2-run home run here in the bottom of the 10th, and a back-and-forth affair sees the Mets win their 8th straight overall with a 6-4 victory over the Reds in 10.
Well, 2-run home runs have kind of been the story of this game, and Vientos gives the Mets their second, also his second.
A hot Mets club runs their record to 77-64, and right now will at least hold tight with the Braves for that 3rd wild card spot. The Reds' record falls to 68-74. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
Regalito ahí para los fanáticos que están disfrutando de este partido aquí en el Citi Field por la parte derecha.
Wilson se convierte en el 7º lanzador que utiliza el dirigente David Bell en el partido. Es decir que 3 más brazos le quedan allí disponibles.
Lanzamiento, batazo grande, elevado por la parte izquierda. La bola va atrás, bien atrás, lleva color, lleva sabor. Se acabó, se acabó. Victoria para los Mets de Nueva York. Dejan en el terreno a los rojos de Cincinnati. Mal Vientos con su número 24 del año. Nestor, se acabó.
Wow, 4º partido de dobles jonrones para Mark Vientos, y decía temprano, es una realidad. El joven americano, dominicano, boricua, nicaragüense, Johnny Trujillo, se acabó el juego.
6-4 ganan los Mets de Nueva York, dejando en el terreno en 10 entradas a los rojos de Cincinnati. En el béisbol de los Mets, conducido por tu concesionario local de Honda.